So this chick is going to be the downfall of herself. Like she's bringing, like, she's got the walls of Jericho around her, and she's going to bring them down herself from the inside. From the inside. So this strike has been going on for a while. And for a while, it was just like, you know, AI protections, whatever. You know, Hoyoverse got Corina to a new company that will, you know, with the pay and will, you know, have these protections. And they made sure so because they wanted Paimon to have a VA. During Lantern Rite, when everyone else wasn't voiced, who was still voiced? This bitch right here. And she wants to complain about Hoyoverse, and she wants to complain about AI protections. Bitch, if they wanted to use AI, they could have done so. But no, they went out of their way to take you, get you to another company, so that way you could continue voicing Paimon. While everyone else, Zhongli, Hu Tao, Ningguang, all these other characters, these main characters, while none of them had voices, you were still able to voice your character. During Natlan, same thing. You have like Kachina and Kanich and all these other characters not being voiced. Who was the one who's always voiced? Yeah, that's right, Paimon. So what the fuck are you complaining about, bitch? Then they're also going after Jacob Takanashi for taking over the role of Kanich. So the previous voice actor is part of this union, and they vacated said position. So when a job becomes open, more than likely an opening, a casting call for said job is going to open up, and Jacob Takanashi took that role. He's not part of the union, but they're going after him as if he was, and they're saying, "Oh, well, you should have done it, you know, anonymously or without taking credit." The dude who was originally in that role vacated the role, and with no end to this stupid strike in sight, I think Hoyo wants their main characters to be voiced. But this chick, Kaylee Mills, who plays Kaching, who completely useless character. I mean, Paimon, she's around constantly, so she has to have a voice. But Kaching, it's like, oh, hey, we're in Leeway for an event. We may see Kaching, we may not. It kind of depends what's on her schedule. Also, who said this? First of all, I realize my criticism of Jacob should never have been public. The same person who also did this also reached out to the very same Jacob Takanashi, begging, essentially, I'm working on a Japanese with a Japanese company to dub hundreds of their romance manga into visual novels on YouTube and Line. Looking for English-speaking female voice talent. He lists the rate, 4,000 Japanese yen per book. Interested, drop, all that. Hi, Jacob. I speak quite a bit of Japanese and have done heaps of dubbing and other character work. Thanks for your consideration. And this was 2022. But then she wants to turn around and act like this guy is a problem. But we've got Corina here going after another YouTuber by the name of Darkos88. A lot of YouTubers have been talking about the strike and this false narrative that these people are pushing, trying to make it seem like it's actually beneficial, when actually when you read into it, it's not beneficial. They're trying to get pretty much everyone to be a part of the union. They're trying to make these companies union companies, and that's going to screw over a lot of people. A lot of people. But this chick, she is so much more annoying than Paimon. Like, no one seems to like her. As it turns out, Darkos88 was right the whole time. Apologize to Kenichi's voice actor, bro. What are you done? Oh, wait, are you done now? Um, Pushing 50s didn't block you. Girl, please. Put the fries in the bag at this point. Pay me, I'm sick. Yeah, like people will make fun of her because she has autism, but she does bring it up a lot, and she brings up how she's sick a lot. If you're making fun of a person because she has autism, you're a loser. But going after any other reason is perfectly fine. Um, so, but I'm ill, pity me. Paimon crashing out. Are you done? Jesus Christ, this is getting sad now. I'm sick, give me attention. She also says to this person that she doesn't want him using her videos. But guess what? It's free use. You can use them. Like, you're not some kind of protected individual. But she she always comes across as very condescending, very narcissistic. Um, she does certain things that you see all the time with these kinds of people, who film themselves on TikTok and all that. Very certain, like hand movements and stuff like that, facial expressions, very much similar across the board. And it just tells you everything you need to know about her. But
you know what? Fuck it. Darkos88, don't use my TikToks in your YouTube ever again. Non-union actors would get fired if Ho-Yo became union? That's a lie. That's a straight up fucking lie. Straight up. No, that's not how it works. Again, don't ever use any of my TikToks in your YouTube videos ever again. Ever. You clearly just lie to not only hurt actors,
she says actors and like non-union actors, but everything she said has been kind of proven to be otherwise. For some reason, this chick wants to get all these VAs into the union. She said, even if they want to or not, even if they want to, she wants them as part of the union. But that would screw them over because, again, it's a hive mind. If one person strikes for whatever reason, they all have to support that person and go on strike as well. So you have all these people, and you can tell the ones who are just kind of, from what I've seen, Zach, Traveler, or rather Aether, his female counterpart. I believe that Keith Silverstein is actually part of it. He plays Zhang Li, but you don't really hear anything from them. I'm sure they're doing other things and doing whatever else to support themselves. I think Erica Harlishar, the chick who plays Venti, same thing. I think she's part of the union. But if you become part of the union, it's just going to fuck you over, especially if you don't really believe. Because sometimes they could easily strike for whatever reason, and you have to you won't be able to talk about it. You won't be able to do anything. It's like, yeah, I totally support the current thing. And it's going to screw you over. It's going to take opportunities away from you. And then if you do something like vacate, outright just leave, like Kenichi's voice actor did, like he just up and left. Well, that's a new role. That's a role that's now open. It's now open.
including non-union ones, but then you're making money off of it. You're unethical. You're not okay. You already used my disability to make money in your own YouTube. You've already done that. And then you emailed me to apologize to me. And then instead of emailing me again saying, hey, this stuff about the union that I'm about to say, is this true? You didn't think? You already emailed me. You could have asked me then. You could have asked me then, my guy. What happened? Anyways, never use my TikToks in your videos again. I forbid it. I don't know how I'm gonna stop it, but this is me saying I do not consent to any of your videos ever having my face or even talking about me, because clearly you lie. You just lie. And that is creating.
She wants to say in her video about how he doesn't understand how things work while she's trying to forbid people from using her videos. Clearly, she doesn't know how things work. Just put the fries in the bag, dog. Yeah, I ain't listening to all that. I got Shalone to grind for. Well, you better get to grinding, because I don't know how many days are left on the banner. I've been going after Venti just because I need another good Animo user, and Venti is just probably the best still. I mean, his AoE, his burst doesn't do nearly what it used to, like how it pulled everything despite its size. But now they kind of nerfed it to where it just pulls, you know, like humans if they're small, enemies if they're small, but they're like huge and mechanical. Yeah, it doesn't do anything to them anymore. They're just kind of like, this doesn't affect me. But he's still really good in Spiral Abyss, so, you know. I have to look all this up. Like, isn't unions all about protecting the workers, and this person means that it harms? Like, I'm so confused. Guess there is a rabbit hole. Gotta dive later. But, come on. Is it true that the VAs will get their voices back if Hoyo signs a contract? Just put the fries in the bag, bro. That's hilarious. Girl, make an apology to Jacob Takanashi already. Get the ukulele ready. Yeah, you know, because YouTubers or TikTokers with the doing an apology video, guys. I said a lot of things in the past that I'm not proud of, but that's part of being human. You know, we all grow up. You know, just make one of those. I'm sure you know how to play a ukulele, Corina. I'm sure you know. And if you don't, it only takes like 5 seconds to learn. Bullying another person doesn't seem to be very nice, right? Have you played in Ice Age? The shaking in this video is so frustrating for you, and I'm so sorry. God. Oh my god, sorry. Hate me now, I'm autistic. Womp womp. I hope she gets fired, honestly. But yeah, let's finish this up.
A really unpleasant day for me today. Okay? Because this whole thing of me trying to to fix your misinformation has got me so stressed that it triggered my Crohn's disease, which is why I've been vomiting all day. Was it worth it? I hope it really was.
And there's another thing. If you have a disease, that sucks. But the fact that she constantly uses her diseases, it's like, oh, well, I have this, so you can't criticize me at all. Because I've been throwing up all day. Was it worth it? Bitch, shut the fuck up. Okay? Shut the fuck up. You can't keep using... You're a grown fucking woman. You can't keep using your disease as an excuse and as a shield from criticism. That's as bad as people saying, you better not say anything because I have depression, and if you say something mean to me, I'm gonna myself. You're just as bad as those people. Using a disease to negate criticism, to try to prevent people from criticizing you. Was it worth it? I hope it was worth it. The stealing content just to, then to lie is like, where's the lie? Womp womp. I love that just people who were like, womp womp. Paimon crashing out again. Someone give her some food. Oh god, not this thing again. Hashtag cancel Corina. But yeah, same thing with Kaylee Mills. Same thing with Kaylee Mills. She's been coming out, and she had a live stream she was doing like a week or two ago or whatever, and everyone was just, you know, not for just for Genshin, but her other roles for like Hoyo, and they're like, cancel Kaylee Mills, replace this voice, replace this character, you know, her with this character and get someone else, and they were just burning her. Um, and again, a lot of this came from Jacob Takanashi, who took over the role of Kenichi. And let's see if actually we can find it. Yeah, like, can Kaylee Mills be fired and replaced as the role of Rappy? She's been extremely rude during the SAG-AFTRA strike, especially to her fellow voice actors, and tries to claim she knows the characters she voices better than their creators. This is a small job for him, not his full-time work. It's Corina's bread and butter. He's done very little voiceover, so it isn't what he's relying on to pay the bills. For all we know, his wife's the breadwinner. Either way, they bought a house recently, so I doubt it was necessary for survival. Let's we got Jacob Takanashi right there. This is actually kind of diabolical. If you need the money, at least take the role uncredited. This just comes across as an easy grab for clout. It's not a good look. I like Kaching, but when you whine about the new voice actor who had to take up the mantle, it does give a disservice to her. She wouldn't act like how you're acting. And that's the one thing, is like, I know my character, and I know she... No, she wouldn't. I guarantee you Kaching would be doing the work to educate the people, doing work to educate people and do what's best for the people. It's just... But these two people, you know, she at least came out and made some kind of fake apology. With this, I also apologize for bringing up the public tweet I saw in passing about him purchasing a home. It was wrong of me to use that as an argument that he didn't need this one job to make ends meet. I was frustrated trying to explain a point, and honestly, none of that was any of my business. But like, she goes, so at least she attempts to do, you know, damage control, while Corina here just doubles down with everything and everyone. And this is one reason why people cannot stand her. A chick who's actually more annoying than Paimon. Again, she thinks that people should be kind of forced to join this union, even if they don't want to. But then, again, because it's a hive mind, one person strikes, they all have to strike. And it's not just from that one role, you know, or one company. They're pretty much not able to work with anyone. Especially if it's not like a union company. So it screws them over in the end. And why would you want to limit your possible employment? So this chick clearly doesn't understand free use. You know, and which is hilarious, because she wants to come off as very condescending and say, "Oh, that's not how it works." But she clearly doesn't know how free use works, because she's like, "Oh, I forbid you or ban you from using my..." No, that's not how it works. Pretty much everything she said about unions in her previous videos has been debunked and shown to be the complete opposite. It shows that it's going to cause more damage to the voice actors than anything else. The fact that they went after Kenichi, who apparently Jacob Takanashi lives in Japan, and he was completely unaware of this strike going on. The original voice actor vacated, just up and quit. So therefore, his voice needed to be there for the most part. You know, it's not like everyone else where they're just on strike and everyone's just kind of being, you know, silent until no, the guy flat out left. He vacated the voice of Kenichi. So therefore, that job listing was there. Jacob Takanashi took the job and became the new Kenichi. And yet these people want to jump. Well, maybe tell your friend not to up and leave a job. But that's, again, it's the hive mind. It's like one person strikes, they all strike, and this and that. And if you know, someone like Hoyo wanted to use AI, they would have used AI already. Go through the Natlan quest. Sometimes they're not voiced. Kenichi wasn't voiced. Ian-san wasn't voiced. Kachina wasn't voiced. All throughout the freaking, you know, the Lantern Rite event, you had huge characters like Hu Tao, who pretty much the whole thing was about her. She wasn't voiced. Zhongli wasn't voiced. Ning Wang wasn't voiced. If they wanted to use AI, they would have. And so they're trying to say about, oh, AI protections. If Hoyo wanted to do it, they would have done it already. If Hoyo wanted to use AI, they wouldn't have gone out of their way to get Corina here to a new company so that way she could continue voicing Paimon. So this whole thing, it's not just about AI protections. It's not. And everything this chick has said, it's been debunked by so many people. And she's gonna be the downfall of herself. Again, she's like inside the walls of Jericho, and she is pushing them down herself. But just this chick, you know, I'd rather deal with Paimon's, you know, shrilly little voice than listen to this chick any freaking day. And at least Paimon, no matter who's voicing Paimon, she's still charming in a way. You know, she's annoying, but at the end of the day, she has appears to have a good heart. We don't know her true nature yet, but as of right now, we see her as this little floaty companion who genuinely cares about us. Who, you know, we see that during Natlan's quest, you know, with the final part of the Natlan's quest, and you know, you can tolerate her. You know, she gets annoying being the one that's like, oh, so what you're saying is that we need, you know, the exposition, all that. But it's tolerable. This chick. So, but anyway, yeah, these two, she did somewhat the right thing, even though her saying that I realize my criticism of Jacob should never have been public. At least she attempted to apologize. This chick just keeps doubling down. And then she wants to hide behind her illness and disease as a freaking shield. Like, oh, hey guys, I'm autistic and I have this and I have that. So you can't say anything about me at all. Because then you're just making fun of someone who has it. No, we're not making fun of you because you have a disease. We're making fun of you and talking about you because you're a stupid fucking bitch. It has nothing to do with your autism or anything else you claim to have. It's because you're a stupid bitch. So you can, you know, take that shield and lower that shield, because that thing, that's about as useful as a paper shield at this point. No matter what, it's still going to go right through because you can't use it. You can't use it. But what do you expect from them? What do you expect? I do hope it ends sometime soon. Because I do want to hear the voices again. But if not, you just switch to Japanese or Chinese. It's not a big deal. As much as I love Keith Silverstein as Zhang Li and Brianna Knickerbocker as Hu Tao, or Erica with Venti, sometimes, you know, it doesn't work out. They'll all be back hopefully at some point. But if not, just enjoy the Japanese. If you've never listened to the Korean, listen to Korean. Maybe you might like it. Or listen to one from China. It's pretty good. I mean, I prefer Japanese, but I mean, that's just me. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.